And the guitarist of the time, Matthias, said, would I extract from the guitar part of the score a sort of piece which we could put together, because the sections are all independent anyway. You've got like 125 or 140 sections, and each one is primarily its own self. And I thought about that, but then I felt I couldn't, because there was also a second guitar in the ensemble, what I call a shadow guitar, which was tuned a quarter tone lower all the way through. And he was it's rather like if you've got something from a Monteverdi opera. You get an echo from the back. And it's very much like that. And so what I did do then was to extract sections from the first guitar, sections from the second guitar, and put them together, not necessarily in the order in which, not necessarily where they encountered one another in the actual piece. So there's a lot of this score which is sort of cut and paste, literally, but not necessarily in the same sort of linear sequence, because there is no linear sequence. So the second and the fourth movement, the little ones, are exactly as they find themselves in the score. These are the only two parts where there are just the two guitars playing in the original piece. And all I did, well, no, it's just one, of course. What I then did was simply change the parts over so that the microtonal relationships became different in the second of them. So it's literally the same piece. The third piece is basically new. It's the one thing that I composed outside of the context of Les Froissements. And you'll see that. You'll see I'm using, slides and all sorts of different things. I think there are one or two sections in here which come from the original piece, but I couldn't tell you which they were now. I've completely forgotten. But most of this third piece is new, and it's like a way of, at the axis point of the piece, opening up to something strange. Don't know quite what it is before we go back. Very often there are sections in here, well, not very often, there are some sections in the piece where you can really hear the movement back and forward between the guitars. And that's not because of reasons of polyphony, it's for reasons of quarter tone and semitone. So when I've written out a series of pitches, you have to distribute them again among the instruments. But in effect, now they've turned into sort of a couple of moments musicaux, and but the intensity does move up towards the third piece, and the fifth piece, I think. How shall I say about this one? This has a lot to do with speed. In other words, one guitar sets up a speed, and the other guitar comes in at a speed that's a little bit different. So you're always shaking the texture. Bim, 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 bim. Yeah. Try not to pause. I'm sorry to stop you, I won't again. But it's, like a lot of my music, the interest lies not only in the material and its gestures, but also in the way they join together. Yeah. So it's a question, even when there's not a double bar, but especially when there's a double bar, you have to gather, you have to interpret the energy to know how to go on. So try and get a, sorry. Yeah. I think that's too quiet. It's mezzo forte. Boom, 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 yeah. Boom, boom. Bip-bop, blup, blum. Okay, the first note in measure 7 of the second guitar is really meant as a continuation of the first note of the first guitar. So it's like boom, boom, da-rum. It's all one group of microtones. So it needs to sound as though it's coming from the same instrument. Yeah. It's not boom boom, but boom boom boom. Okay. Can we start? But the rest of that stuff. I know it's not in tune. Yes, that sort of, it's all in the same sort of register, so you can't really tell who's playing what apart from right. No, that's good, that's fine. Let's pause it a little bit longer.
Okay.
A little bit longer. As I say, you've got to gather the energy and sort of collect your mind and put it onto the next thing. And it needs that much bodily space, however much that is. No, it's going to be boom, boom. So immediately after the first note of the guitar, foot one, you've got to come in. So it's blow, yeah, and you've got to get your two notes in before his next note. Nah, too late. Too late. You've got to develop a sign for that.
Yeah.
Maybe you give a sign at the beginning of the bar.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the moment I hear your note, I'm
Yeah.
too late.
That's right. That was good, yes, that was much better than before. First, in measure 15, what are you doing here with this bomb? Beetle.
The first one, the first.
No, the first one's fine, but the group that's held on after. Dee-da-da-da-da-da. Yes, okay, a bit louder. That's good, yes. That's excellent. And then, yeah, but it mustn't go fast enough that it sounds like an arpeggio. It's not.
Yeah.
That's it, you've got to have every note in your head.
Yeah.
Dee-da-da-da-da. Oh, that's it, that's right. Yes. And then the next four notes still fortissus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and down. It's very important in this thing you get what I call insectile motion. It's like praying mantises, you know, those insects. They have the balls like that and they sit there for 10 minutes and go. These pieces are a bit like that. Yeah, but the second is loud enough. You've got very loud low notes first of all to compensate it. No, too late. Very good, because then you get this nice aiming at the cadence at the end, a slight slowing down of the rhythms. So, should we try 17 again? That was very nice. Yes. Lovely, that was very nice. Always got to think of the two of you as one instrument. No matter what you do, you know, so get a mad clavichord. Lovely, yes, that's nice. It's so, this music is what I would call agogic music. It's always moving to the body of the figure, I mean. And I often play, as you've probably found out, not like very much, I often play with weird positions. Yeah, but you've got to be a little bit, tiny bit faster. Bob, 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 bob. Excellent. Okay, that's good. Cut. That marcato sign I put under your notes means to shorten them slightly.
Okay.
Bip, bob, bob. It's not as much as with the staccato though. No, I don't want to hear notes hanging on. Bing, bing, bing.
But
Yeah,
so,
yeah, stop it.
okay.
Yeah? Yes, if you were doing staccato, like in the second, it would be pop, pop, pop,
Okay.
but it's not. Okay? Should we do it?
Yep. The second bar.
Yes, it's very, very non-sentimental, this bit. I don't want to be a moonlight over the edge racket.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Scherzando scurrillo. So it's going to be... You're hiding something about. Yeah. That's right, both cut off. That was very good. A bit faster, maybe. Yeah? Bop, 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 bop. As fast as you can. Great. Now a long way on this one. Very good. What's too long? I used to have a washing machine where every time the dryer cycle stopped and you wanted to get your clothes out, it went bang, so you had to take your things out, right? But the joke was that this bang went far too long, and you just can't help laughing. It's embarrassing. So I want it almost to that point, and then 6 again. Think Japanese washing machine. Not loud enough though yet, gentlemen. Don't just think of your own part, but think of the shape of the beats of both parts. Yeah? Da 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 dee da 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 da. Yeah. That's it. There's so much in instrumental music. There's so much in the timing of things. And if the music's essentially a figural music, a music which has gestures and tries to work with the physical nature of the instrument and the person, then clearly the time you allot to a certain thing or to a non-thing, like here, really, really very important. But don't worry about this movement sounding a little bit sort of, I don't know, I was going to say it's a bit light. I don't think so. I think it really, the second and the fourth movement are really the place where the two clouds become one very often. That's very good. I know it's usual, but don't hold that G sharp colpo too long. Make it go up immediately. Boom, measure 5.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it goes straight away. Yeah, how do you do it again? Show me again. Oh, that's it. That's it. Very good. I like to see the slide.
So we're not
Yeah.
this.
No, not bo, but it's
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's like a slower version of the do.
Yeah.
Same thing, yeah? Okay, these need to be, I say, un po' pedantico. You also, with these, you need to cut about a third of the length off. Blow, blow, blow. They're very flat, but that's right, yes. You're trying to teach something to a stupid pupil, all right?
Okay. 7 again?
Yeah. Good. Okay, try that. That was pretty good, actually. I thought. don't accent, okay, it's just an interpretation point and you may want to do it differently. But at the beginning of 11, don't put quite as much accent on the notes as you do towards the end of the measure and the beginning of the next measure. The pesantic aspect of the triplets becomes more and more important through the second of those measures, yes?
Yeah, make it slower.
But always keep the triplet there. One more time. No, I don't hear anything there of that there. Da 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 da. You're aiming at the second note of the 12th measure, yes?
So it's more important here to follow
The goal is important now here.
Then, for example, to have I should actually not look at the bar line that separates this downward movement.
No, that's it. I often do these what I call metric dissonances.
Yeah.
That things go across the bar line. So if you want to get rid of the bar line, get rid of the bar line, it helps you. Yeah.
Definitely does.
Too fast. Bom, 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 bom.
Yeah.
It's 1.5 the length of the previous note. Very good. Stop the notes. Always stop the notes. Beep.
Okay.
Yes. You know what I'm saying when I say flappando? In string technique, it's traditionally where you move the bowing hand fast, but with light pressure.
Okay,
So you gradually take it. It's almost like starting with the full rasguado and with the pressure, and gradually lifting your hand off it. So we're taking off.
okay.
Yeah, but keep the speed the same. I don't hear the glissandi motion.
And 21.
Yeah. You've got to do the. How does this work now? You've got to keep a bang on the glissandoing note.
Like this.
Yes, but not on the other note. That's it. Yes. Yes, that's it. That's it. I thought of what you're doing, it's okay, but I thought of it more with fingertip.
Okay.
So, you're actually bending the fingers across the strings. That's good, that's good. Good, good. Great, that was very good. The only thing in measure 4/5, the way you're playing it at the moment, it sounds a little bit like it's got different rhythms, but I'd like to hear the two separate rhythmic groups. So,
Okay.
boom, 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 and then pop, pop. They're very short and both together. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. Ah, yeah. Okay. Something went wrong there, didn't it? 12? Why did it show that? 12. Yeah. For some reason, this seems to be cutting off a bit too early at the end in 13. Bim, bam, 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 bam.
Okay.
11. You're doing it in the proper back and forth technique, right?
Yeah, because it's...
It's so short. Yes? Is there any way you could do it?
Yeah, I can. I thought just doing like this because it's more violento.
It's more violento, but it's less interesting.
Okay. So I can do...
You see what I'm doing? Yes, that's it. Thank you. All right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. It's a matter in measures 14 of believing you've got the right speed and just keeping going up there. There's no way of checking, really, of course, at that moment.
Yeah.
14 again.
Yeah, 14, okay.
The big danger of this measure is that you don't think it's as fast as it is. And it's quite fast. Why don't I hear, look, in the second guitar it's boom, 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 boom. The second groove is almost twice as long as the first groove.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be careful. One more. That's it, unbearably sweet. Saccharine. Now and then. Let me hear 18 again, because I like 18. It's my little toy piano sound, this one. Straight on. Yes, it has to go right into it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then continue.
Oh, yeah. It would be good if you could get me almost the same speed on your tremolos, because it's really one note. I don't want to hear two different instruments. Yes, I want to hear the colour change. This is my. If you know Webern's Opus 9, the bagatelles for string quartet, the very first couple of notes, which I analyse every year for a class in Stanford. This is my take on those beginning bits, because you've got a D on one of the instruments, cello, I think. And then you've got an E flat coming in much quieter on the viola, but crescendoing more, and then the D keeps sounding after the viola's gone, and that's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, I do a little bit of crescendo, but there's an accent.
No, that accent in brackets
Yeah.
simply means it's part of the long note, so it's not a bang. It's just.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah, that's lovely. It really sounds different when you get the notes synchronising. Weird, I've never heard it before. It just occurred to me now. Ooh, that was very good, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.